Imagine this. You've been heads down building your business for months, maybe even years, perfecting your product and tackling every challenge that comes your way. But now it's time to grow and you realize you need to have people find you organically. You know what you need: SEO. The problem? You have no idea where to start. That's why these 5 steps are the perfect foundations to help get you and your business ready before you ever bring in an SEO agency. In this video, I'll answer the 3 biggest questions people ask before diving into SEO. What needs to be done to be successful? Are there any fixes I can make to my website? And do I need to know a list of keywords? By the end of this, you'll know exactly what to do so you can get started confidently and safely. Let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Ed, was scaling his business fast. Things were messy, so he hired an SEO agency to boost his traffic. Problem solved, right? Not really. 3 months later, he was frustrated. The agency wasn't delivering results, and he realized it wasn't entirely their fault. His website wasn't ready. Slow load times, broken links, and no clear goals. Worst of all, his competitors were stealing his traffic because of his dead links weren't being redirected. This cost Ed months of wasted time and money, and all of it could have been avoided with a little bit of prep. Here's the thing most people don't realize about hiring an SEO agency. If your website isn't ready, you're just paying them to fix problems that should have been handled beforehand. Ed realized that the first few months with the agency weren't about SEO strategy. Even though they were talking about it, they were really about cleaning up his website. It turns out the site was far from SEO ready, and the agency spent most of their time getting the basics in order. They discovered Ed didn't have a sitemap, a proper robots.txt file, and this meant search engines couldn't see his pages, let alone rank them properly. Worst, there were orphan pages. These important pages on his site weren't being linked by anything else. They might as well have been invisible. And then there was his speed. His site was running so slowly for multiple reasons, but mainly because of outdated image formats. Visitors would click on his website, wait a few seconds, and leave before the page even loaded. But this wasn't the only problem dragging down his performance. Ed had installed multiple analytics packages, each trying to track the same amount of data. This wasn't just redundant, but it absolutely slowed this site down to a crawl. Every time someone visited his website, it had to go reach out for all these different scripts from many different other websites and added a lot of unnecessary weight to the page. In hindsight, Ed didn't realize how much these technical details mattered, but they were holding back his SEO performance and ranking, and the agency couldn't even get started working on other important things like traffic and conversions until all of these foundational issues were fixed. For Ed, that was a lot of time and money. After a few months of working with his SEO agency, Ed asked a really tough question. Why couldn't people find my products? The SEO agency had a simple answer for him. Every single page on his website had been set up to rank for his company name and not the actual products or services he was trying to sell. Instead of ranking for keywords like collaborative software or remote working tools, all of his pages were optimized for variations of his brand name, Zoom Out Inc. Sure, it helped with branded searches, but it completely missed the audience looking for the solutions his business provided. To fix this, the agency had to start from scratch with a whole new keyword strategy. They assigned each page a unique targeting keyword based on what customers were actually searching for. This then informed them how to rewrite the metadata on each page. This includes the titles, the descriptions, and the headers on each page to reflect those keywords. This shift wasn't immediate, but it worked. Over time, his pages started to rank for the right terms, and traffic came in that actually converted into leads and sales. Here's a common mistake that can quietly sabotage all of the SEO work you do. Most people don't even realize they're doing it, not even Ed. Ed had been working with the agency for a while now. Things were really starting to improve, but then he decided to restructure his website so that he can better target his customer. But what he didn't know was those changes came with a hidden cost: broken links. Every page he renamed lost all the SEO value that it had built up over time. Visitors who clicked on an old link were sent to error pages, and traffic started to drop. Worst of all, his competitors started redirecting some of his backlinks to their sites. All of that time and effort gone in an instant because Ed didn't set up redirects. The agency had to step in and fix what Ed could have done easily. All they needed to do was create 301 redirects for every URL that was renamed. This allows visitors and search engines to continue going to the right page, even though the structure may have changed. Once the redirects were in place, his traffic stabilized, but the damage had already been done. Rankings had dipped, and it took a few months to regain that momentum. After years of hard work, Ed finally achieved his SEO success that he was after. But when he asked his agency what was holding him back, their answer surprised him. They said when they came and initially talked to Ed, he looked promising, but overall, he didn't have a clear answer on what his direction was. They knew he had potential from other customers they've worked with, but without understanding his audience or product, they ended up focusing on not the right things until they learned what his goals and values were. Ed could have saved himself multiple months of back and forth if he had just started with a clear objective. This objective comes from a few simple questions. What's your long-term goal? Are you looking for more page rankings, e-commerce sales, or local SEO? Are you looking to drive more traffic, generate more leads, or create more sales opportunities? Without this clarity, even the best of agencies can only partially focus their efforts until they figure out who your target customers are and what they need. The thing Ed could have done to fix this was to use a free tool like Google Trends to see what people are actually searching for. This could have given Ed a leg up by understanding the keywords and what is currently ranking in search engines today. Check out this video if you want to figure out what you need to know about your audience to get your SEO right.